and welcome to day 9 of February free website audit months. And I'm having one of those, why the hell did I do this sort of feelings. I tend to think when I'm doing these, I think, oh my God, I'm not telling anybody anything new every time I do it. But I forget that not everybody's going to look at every one of these. And occasionally things happen, and this is going to happen here today, where something a little different sends me down a bit of a rabbit hole of something a little different to talk to you about. And that's something that I am finding with this one. But without further ado, I will share screen and show you Everyday Favors, which is the website we are looking at today. So this has come from one of the American groups, predominantly American groups that I hang around in. So, and given some of the stuff that's on this website, I would assume it's a American person running this. The first problem though is, here's this massive big pop-up in my face, and like two things: one, people don't like them, and two, Google doesn't like this. So this is going to heavily impact the Google listings of this website. Google hates anything that stops people getting in to see the content, and people don't like having a pop-up occur in their face literally seconds after they get to the website. They've not even had a chance to look around. So how do we fix that? We fix that by either having a pop-up that comes here on the side, so it's not so in your face and they can click out. We also fix it by setting a timer on the pop-up, so that it comes up after 30 seconds or a minute or whatever that looks like. I don't know what email program's being used here. I'll have a look in a sec. But Klaviyo is fantastic for this sort of situation, because it allows a pop-up that when you click out, and let's see if this is happening. No, it's not. When you pop out of it, it still leaves a little box down the bottom here. That means that in a minute's time, if I go, oh, hang on, yes, I do want to subscribe to this, I've got an easy way to access it. It's there, it's a reminder, and it's not obtrusive. I mean, that pop-up is particularly problematic on a mobile. And as you've heard me say ad nauseum through these, we now know that 70 to 90% of people are looking at your website on a mobile, so this becomes pretty critical. The other thing I tend to do is the background on this. I often tend to make that background not so non-transparent, so I will take the colors down just a little bit, and also play around with the size of the box so that it's not covering the entire screen. But Google will not like these, I'll tell you now. So what is this website? What is it built on? It's built on Google Analytics is installed. It's got Opt-in Monster. I'm not a lover of Opt-in Monster. I don't know. It comes to me, professionally designed opt-in forms without writing code. I think there's a lot better opt-in processes around than Opt-in Monster. And you just don't want the opt-in form. You want the whole email situation that's sitting on the back of it. Like we get in MailChimp, like we get in MailerLite. And MailerLite's become one of my most favorite email programs or email platforms to use for those who don't have a lot of followers and they're not going to get in there and mix it with the big boys. If it's a services-based website and you are going to have lots and lots and lots and lots of people and lots of emails going out and lots of segmentations needed and lead generation going on and lead generation pipelines to fill up and to set up, then I like ActiveCampaign. If it's e-commerce, then I really love Klaviyo. Klaviyo is a tad expensive though. It's free up to 500, I think, is the amount. And so if you're thinking about you getting into fairly heavy e-commerce, then Klaviyo's the go. Opt-in Monster, yeah, we sort of tended to use it a bit before things like obviously before MailerLite existed. Sendwith, not Sendwith, it's another one, the name will come back to me in a minute. MailerLite's my most commonly recommended of the cheaper ones. There's a couple of other ones that are around. Courses for Courses, they're all pretty much similar. I used Opt-in Monster when it first came out, and I've stopped using it basically because of MailerLite and Klaviyo and ActiveCampaign. And MailChimp's even got a lot better with forms and things like that. It's a WordPress site. It's got Yoast on it, which means hopefully SEO is configured. Google Tag Manager, Opt-in Monster, Site Builders WordPress. Just trying to see if it's got another plugins, things like Elementor, which is Elementor's fabulous to add to WordPress. It makes creating a WordPress website super easy. It's got Instagram linked, it's got Facebook linked. Don't know why it's got GitHub linked. SSL obviously, pretty well everything does now. HostGator mail, so it's probably hosted on HostGator, which I rather like. I've got an account on HostGator. They've got quite a few websites on. Just some of the detail is telling me as how I've got it. Widgets, Yoast, Opt-in Monster, Monster Insights, Google Font, Yoast Premium. Got Yoast Premium on it. WordPress plugins. Got Jetpack. Oh no, it had Jetpack. Thank God to take it off. There's been a lot of problems with Jetpack this week. We've taken WooCommerce off. So that's the standard SSL that HostGator uses. It's also showing Bluehost, but HostGator and Bluehost do have a link up. Okay. The other thing I wanted to look at is the SEO settings on this. I don't know that I've used this much in this, and there is a reason why I want to have a look at this and the keywords, purely because of this. Everyday Favors is a blog focused on the military spouse lifestyle. This is a very specific niche, and a very specific niche usually means that you really do need to delve into your SEO settings. Because a military spouse, so you've got a military spouse that's going to be wanting to search for a particular topic. They want the topic plus the fact that it's been written for, or the information or the service has been provided for military spouses. They want that nuanced result, and therefore you have to really do a very careful setup of your SEO, your keywords. And it says keywords are missing. So here's the description, which is not too bad, 138 characters. The title is a bit boring. The title could be, you've got 15 characters. It's a 30 to 65 character page title. So you could do a lot more, like Everyday Favors for military spouses even. Or Everyday Favors focused on the lives of military or the lives of military spouses. URL can occur every day, also published all links. Formatted is also right. So the headers, all headers. You've got a H. There's no H1 headers. Okay, that's a problem. So the headers are H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order of importance. H1 is the most important one, and it's the Google will go and they'll look for the H1 headers first, then they'll look for the H2 headers, and then further on down the line. They don't do much with anything other than H1 and H2. But you would at least need a H1 header that it's usually the keyword and the description that dictates that. I'm giving a very, very simplified version of SEO. There is 3 H2s: prenatal birth education, writing services, lactation services. And notice none of those stipulate for military spouses. So depending if the sole purpose of this website, and I'll know a bit more when I get into the website, but if the sole purpose is to provide help and information for military spouses, it's really important that gets put up in the tags. Images, analyze. You've got only 2 images. That's surprising. One without a title. Images to complete. That one completed. It's not showing me because of the wheel on that. Links. Yeah, this SEO isn't set up as well as it could be. So see these everyday favours, that's the heading page. There's no title there. The about, there's no title there. So these would be the things you'd go in and adjust on the SEO plugin that is sitting on the back end of the website. And I'm surprised they've got SEO Premium on there, but these aren't being set up. That's a bit of a waste of the cost of SEO Premium. That's not expensive, but it's still important. The gallery, no title. Lactation, no title. So how SEO works is you tend to SEO the entire website, which is at the very top level, and your home page, and then you will SEO the various pages. So often we get lazy, or I get lazy, I should say, and I'll just make it pick up the SEO that I've set for the whole website, when the whole website SEO may not be the thing the titles should be picking up for individual pages within the site, particularly if you're doing a few different things. Work with me, no titles, so there's missing titles everywhere. Okay. This is just this is a little plugin that gets used. I don't tend to use these tools very much. I use other tools to do this. But things like Siteseed and all that. So I'm not going into those today. That's not the purpose of this. So what is this site about? We're still on the homepage. And it says to help military spouses. So one thing that's coming up to me is there's not a lot about here that says military spouses. Like I would be expecting to at least see some, like a uniform. Prenatal birth education. And this, so I just started to try and work out what is being said there, and it scrolled across before I could even finish reading it. So it scrolls too fast on this. Like I sort of start to read it, and as I start to read it, and not only read it, but process what you're talking about, it's gone. And I'm like, whoa, the scroll is far too fast. Writing services, everyday favours blog. So we know from putting Hotjar on websites, a free piece of software you can put on, that we have about 30 seconds on the homepage. That's about what we have. That's a reasonable amount of time, but it's not a super long amount of time. Sorry, the dogs are just going a bit crazy. Be right back. I'm just putting this on mute for a second. So it's a little bit too much about what you're doing and not enough about why the person who's reading this wants this. So prenatal birth education, writing services, everyday favours blogs. Well, I'm not quite sure what that's about. Lactation services, prenatal lactation. Yeah, I get that. Hang on, I'm just going to stop that dog. Sorry about that. The dog's very, very good at knowing when I'm getting online. Lactation service, prenatal birth education. I need more. Why you? And why go to this website and this business and you for lactation services and prenatal, what's different about you? Writing services, military spouse, life plus motherhood. Okay, that's the blog, and I hate the word blog. Where I do my best to use my knowledge to help other military, because being a military spouse is a beast in its own right. So many levels we need to talk about. Look, this is a really good idea. You've got very specific knowledge, and you know, obviously, you will know what you're talking about. You will know the nuances of what you're talking about. I wouldn't even attempt to write copy for something like this in any way, shape, or form aligned with this niche. But I want to see when you say something like where I do my best, I want to change that. It's asking for this picture to basically be up here. Always moving. Yeah, I get, but that's annoying me because it's sort of cut off and it's not displaying correctly. What's that doing on mobile? Oh, it's the same on mobile. I would place that picture up here and then use these as like bullet points, because you're showing that your audience, you understand your audience and you understand what their life is like. See, I can't even see the bottom. Understand? So I'm not 100% sure what your aim is with this website and this business. Is your aim to provide lactation services and prenatal services, or to provide a support system for the military spouse? And I keep having a female image in my head when I say spouse, which is quite wrong. It will be males and females. So what is your aim for this website? And I'm not sure that you actually demonstrate that quite well enough. And why the focus on lactation and prenatal? Love the colours. Colours are very nice. I love the shading that's been done around this because it makes it pop out from the page. You don't have privacy policy down the bottom. Terms and conditions of using the website, they're very important. You're using the website, you're using a proper branded URL for your email. Congratulations, you've got the copyright rights. Thank you. It's very few people who have that. And you've got Facebook. I'll open that for later. Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. So you've got a nice representation across the social medias. There's good content on this, but I'm itching to reorganize the content, and this is got a problem with the way it's displaying on a full page. Lovely photo, gorgeous photo. Love the colors, love the bright, happy smiles. And I think you need to insert a lot more of yourself into the homepage. So you started this blog to chronicle your journey as a military family. I get that, and that's the avenue I would be coming from, as a place of support and discussion about, what it is like to be a military family. Express myself as I learn to navigate all the changes that come with having a family, adjusting to living in a new city, new state. This to me is more about what your purpose is rather than the services. And the services will come as a result of you showing to people, I understand what your life looks like. I understand the challenges that you have. So I'd actually like to see this more on the homepage. Blog. You're using the same header image across the top, which is good. Celebrating the military child. There's some good blogs. Obviously, some really good blogs on here. Inside looking at the military. Living life in the military, Brittany. Okay, these are two different people, right? Okay, yep. Which means I would put the images with their face on it, not this, because the same generic one. Yeah, so I'd have her up on that image. Takes a little bit of extra work, but you need, because people see this and they go, oh, that's the same one. She's just repeated it. They won't get into the nuances of understanding this is a different. A military spouse, and then maybe hyphen, Melissa. Maternity benefits. So you've got some really good blogs here. Have you got the Facebook Metapixel installed? It's not coming up as showing it's installed, so you really should install that. And did I see you were using TikTok? No, you're not. The other pixel we installed is the TikTok one. Good blogs, really good blogs. So there'll be some great social media content here. Memories, galleries. Lovely photos, really lovely photos. If you're wanting to offer services to other people, then I would like this to be photos of other people as well. I mean, it may well be, it's a bit hard to tell from just looking straight away at these. I don't know whether you want to be a blogger who just talks about your life, or whether you want to be providing services to others. I'm a little confused. Contact us. You've gone into a slight purpley colour here, so be careful with the numbers of colours that you use, because this is like a pinky, and then all of a sudden on that contact us you use a purple. Newsletter, oh, you say you're doing April newsletter, what's new and upcoming, published, coming soon. You're certainly really good at creating content, but I don't know which October, November, December these are. July, August, are these 2023 or what? I do it myself. I do October, and then it comes to October the next year, and all of a sudden I've got 2 Octobers, so I have to go back and put a year on them. And the work with me. So you've buried the work with me. Okay, you've buried the work with me right at the final one down here, and I wouldn't, because people go sort of left to right, and by the time they've got halfway through this, they stop reading. So this is the bit where you're going to monetize, everything you have to say. So you've said what you have to say to people, and you've proved your bona fides, and you've proved that you live the life. And then you want to then provide these particular services, like a lactation consultant, birth plan services, writing. I don't know much about the writing, but you want to provide these then to the people that have formed the tribe around you. I love the colours in your photos. So make that, I would do home, about, I would put a lot in the home, and I would put work with me up around seconds, and then the rest. So read more goes into you watch these internal pages you've got a problem with. They've been set as full width pages. They need to be set as, depending on what you're using on the back end. I use a lot of Elementor, and I tend to be able to set, I then can set the pages to either boxed or full width, and boxed I can set them to whatever box size I want. So this, what are they happening on mobile when you go into there? Work with me. Yeah. Yeah, it's cutting off from mobile. Watch when you're doing. Watch your text. I know you're obviously a writer. You obviously love to write, and unfortunately, the way we present copy on websites, because as I say, we've got a limited time in which they're going to get the information. So the way we present the copy tends to really kill a lot of really good writing practices, like nice paragraphs and lots of nice fill-in words and all that. So unfortunately, when you really want someone to do something or present a service or something, it's one of the best days. Happy birthday. you really need to not do these paragraphy things. Because if you go into this one, see that, like people tend not to read that on a mobile. What are you using for the schedule appointment? Tailoredlactation.com. Okay, this is going to a completely different website. I don't know. So I'm already really confused. Tally, stop it. No. Really got you barking. That link would be better to go straight to the link. If they've clicked on that to yeah, and these are other people, and like my brain's just gone confusion. I'm out of here. If you can have them go straight into your stuff here, rather than into that group. Obviously, you're with it. That's obviously some sort of maybe it's obviously a tailored lactation team care coaching. It's obviously some sort of tailored lactation, some sort of business of which you're part of the business. You've got a beautiful smile. Military and veteran discount. So you're obviously all in that military and veteran industry. Baby wearing education. Proper technique for safe baby wearing. Schedule here. Where does that go? That's a contact me. If you're going to say schedule me, then take it to a schedule book, to a proper schedule booking, like Calendly or like Acuity. Calendly, you could do this with a free plan. People just don't like filling out these forms anymore. Birth plan services, that's going to take me to the contact us page. Yes. CPR first aid classes. Put them on a proper booking. The other thing I notice as I'm going through this is you have no email capture. So a lot of people will look at a website and they don't want to do something yet, but they want to be kept in the loop. You're not giving them a way to be kept in the loop. And this goes back to your email program that you're using. So because you would have a lot of information in all of this. And there might be people who are not yet ready to need a lactation counsellor, and they're not yet ready to have, they haven't had the baby yet. They're, 7, 8, nearly 9 months away from it, and they want to still. You need to still keep in front of their face. Birth plan services is the same. The children aren't alive yet. They haven't been born yet. So you want to keep them in the loop, and so you want to get them onto your email program and send them out. Clearly, you've got a lot of really great information. Where were we? Okay, so there's just a little disjointed, this website. And again, you're saying military, and I'm not seeing a lot of military stuff sitting on here. It's a perceptual thing that happens when that's part of your lifestyle. I want you to bring in subtle things that say this is a military site, or this, not so much this is a military site, but this is a site for people that are in that life, as distinct from every other life, because you have a particular, you have a particular expertise here, and you need to play on that. January 5th, that's now becoming very outdated as far as Facebook's concerned. With community resources, November, oh, that's even worse. November 7th. So consequently, how many people have you got following you? 25 likes and 64 followers, because you're just not putting enough information up there. This will also be affecting your SEO. The more information you put out on social media, the more it helps your SEO as well. Your colors are consistent, your images are good. September the 7th, you're just not using this near enough. August, you've got to do a lot more than 1 or 2 posts a month nowadays. Looks like you, now August you weren't too bad. You only started it in August by the looks of it. And then you ran out of steam. So the way to not run out of steam is to put yourself up with a schedule. In this area, you know, what are the key activities that, or not activities, what are the key dates around the military lifestyle, and also around with mums with kids. Back to school is an obvious one with kids. I'm not in the military in any way, shape or form, but I should imagine there's months where more goes on. Like this is the month when all the you know, the changes in your lifestyle, your moves and all that are going to happen. So set yourself up that, start with that calendar, and then say, right, what do I need to talk about around that calendar? What do I need to talk about in my blogs? Then write your blogs, then cut your blogs down to individual posts for that week. You want him to be doing about 3 or 4 posts a week. Doesn't look like you've got much in the way of, there's nothing in the way of reels either. And get rid of all of these check-in things. Like go onto these tabs and get rid of half of them. Do you have any reviews? No, you don't. Do you have any mentions? No, you don't. Followers is always there. Photos is always there, and your list of followers is unavailable. That's fine. Videos? No, you're not doing any videos. So you're just not utilizing Facebook to its fullest potential. You've been doing a little more on Instagram. I like the hashtag military wife. Good use, good lactation education, mum life, military family. Good use of hashtags there without being over the top. 142 posts, 352 followers. This was 3 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. You're doing a nice little bit of family stuff within it as well, which is very, very appropriate in what you're doing. Friends and family here, CPR class. So see, this is what I said by this is an important date within you know your marketplace. There'd be other important dates around your culture as well. My car full wash and sent me this video. Really? You've got a TikTok channel as well, and it looks like you don't have, so yeah, you don't have that linked on your website, so you need to link that. And yes, you know, repurpose. You repurpose this across to Instagram. You should have repurposed it across to Facebook as well as a reel. So you're repurposing a lot of your TikTok to Instagram, which is good. Love the colours. But again, I'd like to see just a tad more military brought in. Much, not much, just subtle touches. I'll see that. See how what I mean there? That's good. That is really good. You're going to fire off in the brain of a person that's looking at your site that you are part of their world. Just as I say, just needs to be subtle. That's nice and subtle. I wouldn't actually like that on your website. Not that TikTok thing, but that image. And I'm looking for military spouses to interview for my blog. Absolutely. Keep doing that all the time. The more of that sort of stuff you can get up there, the better. Good. It's not very often I come and find a proper YouTube channel set up. So yes, you have. You've actually got the featured video up. You haven't got playlists. Okay, I'd like to see playlists. Shorts. You're doing a bit of shorts. Good. You're doing any community? Yeah, a little bit. Well done. Congratulations. That's something that you know how to work YouTube quite well. And YouTube is the second biggest search engine after Google. How many videos have you got open here? 17 videos. Yeah, you got a bit to go. From the looking at the Facebook page, you haven't been going all that long. You're sort of a cross between a video blogger and an older-fashioned written blogger, and then adding some monetization of services in it with it as well, which is great. Access to, all right, well, there's a problem there. And you need to add YouTube. You need to add TikTok down below here. Now, I'm not sure what else I can tell you. If there's any particular questions you have, feel free to hit me up in the comments here or the comments over on the group that you came from. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.